Today's shir is sponsored a very special young man, and he really symbolizes the subject of this shir in the positive manner. He just had an amazing siyata d'shmaya. He was working for somebody, and the person was taking care of him handsomely, and he was sending him on trips to fly to different places for the business. And he felt that when he went to these places, he couldn't find minyanim necessarily for shachris, for mincha, for ma'ariv. So he called me and he asked me, what should he do? So my first thought was to tell him, listen, that's how the ball rolls. In business, sometimes you're not zeichet to what you call. He said it's too important for him. He's ready to quit his job. So that's very impressive. He wants to know if he's wrong. I said, no, you're not wrong. It's very special of you, and you never lose if you do the right thing. So he went to the owner. He told him, we have to talk. About what? About the job. I don't like the traveling, I like this, like that. Anyway, they finally sat down, and the owner didn't even ask him, what do you have to say? He just started talking himself. He said, I understand that it's about shalom bayis. The owner said, your wife doesn't like when you travel. I can't start up with your wife. Do what you want. He couldn't get a word in edgewise. As soon as the owner finished talking, he walked out of the room. He left him sitting there. A couple days later, he said, we have to talk. He said, we talked already. No, we have to talk. So finally, he got her words in edgewise. He tells the guy, this is a problem of shachas mincha ma'ariv. The guy said, what? It's not about shalom bayis? He said, no. He said, shachas mincha ma'ariv? I surely can't do anything about that. He said, how about just shachas? I'll get you a place you can get just shachas. Start bargaining. No. All or nothing. He said, I can go to other places, but not those places would have no shachas mincha ma'ariv. The guy said, that's the case. I'm taking you off your salary. And I'm not going to give you a salary, but I'll pay you hourly. A part of the reason why he said that, because in the 3 weeks prior to that meeting, there was no business. So he figured he's going to put him on hourly, he won't make any money, and he'll be happy. And he'll leave with something, I don't know what. The kids at HaKadosh Baruch Hu made that week, there was 35 hours of work to be done. At $50 an hour, it's not a bad wage for a young man with a young family. Then he came the next week. The next week, there was no business. There was no business. So, Brother Shloim, I'm stuck. You gotta help me. And just, Agaburcha, by the way, it came up that there's a thing in New York, you could get unclaimed funds. That means sometimes the banks had old accounts and other kind of money that they refunded you, didn't have your address. There's millions in unclaimed funds. So you think, what does he have to lose? He'll put his name in. He'll put his name in, you write your social down, and then it said you're going to be receiving a check within 7 to 14 days. When I did it, ended up with $53. Tell him to keep it. The kitzer, he did it 3 days later, Teicha Shavu, that week. He got a check for over $4,000. So Hashem is now taking care of him for this week and for the next week. The next week comes around, and the boss calls him in and he says, you know what? You're a nice guy. I'm putting you on a full salary. I understand that what you want to do. I'll figure out things for you to do, and you'll work around here. So he called me last night and shared this beautiful Siyata Dishmaya Shkacha Pratis, which teaches you, if you do the right thing and you have emunah in Hashem, he's a lovely young man. I'm happy I met him. Now, his whole personality, his demeanor, he's not a tough guy. He's a very nice, soft-spoken, easygoing fellow. And today, he's the one to speak about today's subject.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.